someone to take an eye on. And Penn State starting Jada Travasio-Green, the three-point specialist. Alicia Smith and Dejanay Boykins are going a little bit bigger. With Boykin, the 6'2 redshirt sophomore. It's something that Coquise Washington.
746 wins coming into this game.
And, you know, that makes her actually the second winningest active Big Ten coach right behind CBIB. She enters in year one, and there she is.
Exactly.
Certainly all kinds of learning lessons for this team and for their head coach as Amari Carter knocks down her first shot.
And there's part of that quick start as Penn State now, after the score, goes into a 1-2-2 look in three-quarter court set defensively, trying to get them to turn it over.
In that meeting that we mentioned, Penn State won 68-59. In addition to the triple-double, which of course was the headline, Teniya Page had 18 points in that game.
Teniya Page just off to slow starts in the last couple of games and really looking to get into an early groove.
2 seconds on the shot clock, so Beasley will let it fly. She was just trying to add a little drama.
Beasley came up big last year in the postseason for Illinois, where she just continued to strike while the iron was hot offensively for the Illini.
And she has had a hot hand, too. 21 points a couple of times in the last 5 games. She was 0 for 4 from 3 in that first meeting against Penn State. She hits her first shot. Travasio-Green this time on the block.
Penn State has gone with a bigger lineup to try to contest on the glass. Didn't come up with it that time.
And Alicia Smith getting her third start. She's a 6'3 freshman out of Lansing, Michigan. Pairs up again with the 6'2 Boykin down low. Wild shot for the Illini.
So that's where the link for Penn State comes into effect.
Oh, dumped down. Carter, nicely done. And it's Smith finishing it off.
And Carter has the ability to take it in there and finish, but when that defense commits, wise choice to dump it off to the weak side post.
Alicia Smith in her first Big Ten tournament game of her career. A really good February. Averages just a little bit up, averaging just under 7 points per game. And about 4.5 rebounds in the month of February. Another late and deep shot clock situation. Page fell down. Beasley trying to take advantage, and she does. How about that? Beating the buzzer twice.
How about that? I'm just thinking the floor was slippery on that one, and Teniya Page didn't fall off balance there because of Brandy Beasley's offense.
Page into the corner for Carter.
Mari Carter with a strong start for Penn State.
She's accounted for all 7 of Penn State's points. Scored 5 as the assist on the other.
Just under 2 steals a game, so a very balanced operation for her in terms of her overall skill set.
Yeah, she's been the difference maker. They've needed a second score to Teniya Page's first. Talk about hitting your first shots.
And they needed a quick start. Teniya Page right there, blowing on her hands to keep them hot. Keep things going in the right direction for Penn State early.
4 of 5 shooting for the Lady Lions. You talk to anyone on this Penn State bench, that will be their answer as Beasley walks with it. They need a quick start. They need to make their shots.
Let's see what Brandy Beasley went to do on this. Oh, a little bump by Whittinger. So, no, she didn't get crossed up. It was a little bit slippery. But then right here offensively, rising, firing, and nailing the 3 for Teniya Page early on. So important for her, especially coming off 2 games where she wasn't clicking on all cylinders with her offense.
She shot 20 times, the second most that she shot in that last game against Ohio State. Penn State needs some momentum. They have dropped 4 of their last 5.
Well, that's not what you want at this juncture of the season. You want to be able to carry strong momentum into postseason play like Brandy Beasley. Dropping knowledge, the sophomore, with another time.
Dropping knowledge, dropping buckets. 2 for 2 from 3. She's got 8 to start.
She's letting people know who she is. They got to come out and guard that 3-point shot by Beasley.
Yeah, but she's a 24% shooter from back there.
But she's hitting today, so you got to cover the holes in the boat.
You got to play her today, right?
That's right.
Not play her for the season.
That's what postseason is. Hey, sometimes you got to crumble up the stats. And people are just playing with their adrenaline and their competitive spirit.
And isn't that exactly what Illinois needs to do? You have an 0-16 conference team coming in here. Nobody is giving them a shot to win this.
Right, and I'm sure that was discussed in the locker room. No one's giving you a chance. You have nothing to lose. Just play. Play loose. You got to be mentally tight and physically loose. Brandy Beasley, just a fine example of that early on. You didn't know? No, I knew it. I have bars. Bars here.
Well, Nancy Faye walked into a situation with a Brandy Beasley case in point where she was returning all 5 of her starters. You're talking about 97% of the scoring from last year, obviously led by Brandy Beasley and Alex Whittinger. That's not a bad situation to walk into.
No, when you have that kind of continuity and rhythm and chemistry with the players on the team, but you also have to incorporate your own philosophy with those players, so that takes some time.
And it's been a philosophy that she's been willing to adjust her system a little bit with the personnel that she has.
And when you have those kind of opportunities, every practice is like October.
Leave McDaniel wide open. A 3-point party here in Indy.
Well, Penn State is letting it fly, and then on the pass, you don't see any presence defensively by Illinois.
A 13-10 Penn State advantage. Beasley. She misses the 2, won't miss the 3. That was a tough shot. Penn State looking to transition and an offensive foul call on Frazier.
Those are the kinds of plays that give you momentum. Defensive stops. Everyone thinks that offense gives you momentum.
It's 4 hours a day. Rehab, lots of swimming and cardio, learning to weight bear again. The hardest part, they said, was her just dealing with the fact that she could not play. It mentally killed her to not to be on that floor. So I'm glad that she's back.
Yeah, Vera, thank you. And, you know, she had said I had to make a decision if I wanted to, you know, possibly sit out this year. But I just felt like it was just so painful to watch the team play without me. And it was painful for me to just sit out and watch.
Right, and when she tried to make the comeback initially, it was so frustrating because she didn't have the explosiveness that she was used to, and she didn't really trust her body yet. So it took her some time. She had limits on her minutes when she came back the first 4 or 5 games. But then she just had to learn to trust her body and trust what the medical staff was telling her about her timetable.
And, you know, she even told us that she has some plantar fasciitis now in both feet. You know, last year she was dealing with a hand injury. She listened to Vera's list. Nails and hammers and screws and...
You go through security at the airport, that's going to be last in line because you're going to take some time to get through.
First page is short.
Yeah, but just the mental fortitude that it's taken for her to get back out on the floor and compete. I mean, that's something. I've never had an injury that kept me out like that or something that critical. But she is tough-minded.
Illinois was one program that would have loved, and they recruited Teniya Page hard, and Matt Bolant was the head coach. But you go through any Big Ten school, they all would have loved to have Teniya Page play for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
There is Page, the crossover. And McDaniel thought about the 3. Penn State, by the way, has hit 3 threes by 3 different players to start.
Yeah, they have 5 assists on 5 made shots. They only average just under 13 assists on the season, which is 12th best in the league. So to have 5 at this moment is overachievement right now for Penn State in terms of statistics.
Well, the double team coming with 2 on the shot clock. Carter from the corner. And another opportunity.
Terrasio Green getting a hand on that. You have to have a solid box out with 2 high hands. If you box out with your hands low, you have no chance to deflect the ball.
Jada Terrasio Green, one of the taller players right now on the court, getting that offensive rebound. Now 10 to shoot for Penn State. Here's Page. Will hesitate. Crossover is pure. Can't make the bucket, though. That is nasty.
Oh, she just pulled about 4 or 5 tricks out of the trick bag and was trying to break the defense. Still got a nice quality look, but just fell a little bit left.
Patrick will take on another rebound for Whittinger. She's got back-to-back buckets. And Coakley's Washington wants to chat.
Good passes and extra passes, giving up good shots for great looks.
Boy, wouldn't Nancy Faye love that kind of performance today. But they start a perfect 2 for 2, by the way, from back there. Illinois, who could forget, too, that run, that 9 seed back in the 08 tournament. They got all the way to the championship game. Have to make some noise in this tournament.
That's what you want in these first games. You want to see what the character of your team is, as Penn State has a miscue there and gets a turnover.
Penn State struggling offensively. No points in the last 3 minutes and 11 seconds. That's the first turnover.
We have to bear down defensively, and Coakley's Washington knows. I mean, what a fantastic player she was at Notre Dame and in the WNBA with the Houston Comets, and won championships down there.
What a fantastic person to just not only talk basketball with, but just social issues with. Comes from a lot of perspective. He's the president of the WBCA. Has a law background, by the way, from Notre Dame. I mean, how many head coaches can you say that about?
Yeah, it's just fun to watch her be the head coach, but also have 2 young children that she's mentoring and grooming. So it's just fun to watch her and discuss all life things with her in that way.
Whittinger. She's feeling it.
She is.
She's going to get to triple digits, let alone a triple-double, if she keeps this pace up. Another 2 for Smith.
Smith staying active after Whittinger got that block on the initial putback. Didn't pass it back out, stayed right with it, put it in.
Whittinger again.
And single coverage on Whittinger to start the game. They may want to rethink that and sit someone in her lap on a double team.
8 points. She said her last 4 shots. An 8-2 Illini run. Beasley with the takeaway.
These long, predictable passes are easy to anticipate, especially on that weak side. We're trying to operate probably a high ball screen coming in the next couple of seconds with Whittinger and Beasley.
Beasley from the left side. Offensive rebound. Whittinger will get it, but time expires. Well, Illinois did not win a conference game.
They're definitely pinpointing and highlighting that she is hurting them once again this afternoon.
I can do math, too. And you combine the shooting between Beasley and Whittinger. That is 7 of 11 shooting. The rest of Illinois 0 for 5.
Major contributions by the duo.
Around the screen, and Page has gone cold after hitting her first shot. 1 for 4 now for Teniya Page.
Penn State sticking with their man-to-man defense. Mari Carter takes the spell inside.
Man, she's slow to get up. Something's not right with Carter. She could shake it off.
Patience ball movement now by Penn State. Trying to clear Carter.
Carter plays a lot of minutes this year. 5th most in the Big Ten. Rarely comes out. Beasley, that's her first miss from back there. Nice take, a strong take from Kennedy Cadenhead, the redshirt senior on this roster.
Yeah, 1 or 2 seniors for Illinois trying to make a case for an extension of their season.
How about the fact that between these 2 teams, you have 2 total seniors? The fact that Penn State doesn't have any.
Young squads. Talking about Amari Carter earlier, and she really came up big. We were talking about the injury to Page, and her minutes had to pick up, and she really carried the load.
Just 11 teams across the country that don't have seniors, and Penn State is one of them. You mentioned the other senior for Illinois, Allie Ball, who's a transfer from Akron. So this is really her first year playing for Illinois. They got to figure out Whittinger.
That's what you can't do. You can't sit straight behind. You either have to 50-50, which is have half your one hand in front, one hand behind, or total front, or bring a guard to pinch down.
Now the run extended to a 12-2. Page hits. And her second three-point make.
Well, one thing Page is not going to do if she misses a couple shots is stop shooting. She's going to have amnesia. She's going to stay fresh, and she's going to continue to plug away until that ball starts falling through regularly.
Whittinger in trouble. They find Beasley, who finds Whittinger. She can't miss.
Just great execution on that short corner punch. She's going to continue to attack until she sees some adjustments defensively.
Let's check in with Vera Jones.
You know, Christy, I had a chance to speak with Alex Whittinger earlier today and just talk to her a little bit about how, with an 0-16 conference record, how does she stay positive? How has her role changed? And a lot of people talk about her faith, but she really, really is strong in it. She says she always remembers she's praying for something bigger than herself, not just her team, but also for God. And that she no longer leads just by example in her play or work ethic, but her attitude and motivation to keep her teammates positive as well. And that is the biggest area of growth she has experienced this year.
Well, yeah, sometimes when you're having a year in terms of you don't get the results, wins and losses, it's chemistry that can be key to keep everyone together.
Right, and it's faith in your work ethic. You know, you put the work in and you're not seeing the results. It's easy to have a defeatist mentality, but it really takes strength, mental toughness, and competitive maturity to continue to plug away in spite of the results.
And that's the value of an upperclassman, as Smith is whistled for the offensive foul.
And it's also the beauty of sports. It's the spirit of sport. It's a microcosm of life. Things always will be difficult. You know, it's not always going to go your way, but you got to find a way to have faith in your work ethic and your structure. As Penn State, the last couple of possessions defensively, have been in a 2-3 zone, trying to quiet Whittinger inside and trying to push her off that spot in there.
The transition, quick hands from Beasley, almost got it. Alex Whittinger, 12 points. I mentioned 14 minutes, 5 rebounds here today, but she had a triple-double in the last meeting against Penn State, 1 of 2. Kate Kane was the other. Seven to shoot. Page is going to keep it. Her toe is on the line. That's a 2, but they're going to review it.
Another 3 for Page. Trying to turn things around for Penn State and get them back in the game.
And a timeout call by... Again, it was ruled a 2 on the court. 24-22 is your score. And kept as a 2.
Illinois is going to have to work some ball reversals before they take shots against that 2-3 zone. You can't just settle.
That is a 3 attempt and nearly became a 4-point play. A possible 4-point play. Tonight, Page hitting the deck. Taylor Kirkpatrick with the foul.
Yeah, those transition threes, you got to find Teniya Page early because she's running downhill and she can stop on a dime like that. So you've got to be ready to contest that without making contact on the shooter.
First free throws for Penn State. Teniya Page voted as a first-team All-Big Ten honoree, her second straight. She was second team her freshman year. So how about this? For all 3 years, to either be first team or second team. She now joins Maggie Lucas and Kelly Mazzanti in Penn State history to do that.
You know, some great legends in Penn State women's basketball history, and it's just really fun to see the hard work pay off. We were just talking about that with Whittinger. Sometimes it pays off, and sometimes it's a process. That zone is kind of quieted the touches inside to Whittinger for Illinois.
That one rims out. Shinka trying to get that one. Another opportunity for Illinois. Beasley will run it.
Nice, slow to get up after that scrum on the ground.
Beasley's already hit a couple. To the hands of McDaniel. Penn State on a 7-0 run. Jada Travasio Green is short.
She took that one way downtown. That was at least 3 feet beyond the line.
That was in your hotel room.
And she was an inch short.
And Whittinger walks with it.
The zone is definitely thrown off the rhythm for Illinois on the offensive end. And when you get touches and you're just assuming you're single coverage in a man-to-man, now the zone, your area is crowded. That's why that travel occurred.
No points in the last 3.5 minutes. Page has got that first step. That first step is a killer.
And that's the explosiveness we were discussing with that right ankle injury. And she has fully recovered. When you see her make moves like that, that was Teniya Page from last year. Those quick, cat-like quickness moves to get around the defenders.
Another 3 attempt, this time by Rice.
So this zone has been a godsend for Penn State.
Page with the pull-up. A transition look, and Teniya Page in double figures. She's got 16 and a perfect 3 for 3 from back there.
Well, they've made this push because of the defensive stops they've been able to get and the fact that they've been able to hold Alex Whittinger under control. There's a double team coming for her right there in that zone.
He said they had to do something different, and they have the last few possessions defensively. Teniya Page not doing anything different other than the same old Teniya Page stuff.
Yeah, Teniya Page is getting a bucket for her team, and she's gotten it done in a different way every single possession. She's knocked in a couple threes, but she's also been able to maneuver on the interior as well, just weaving, slicing, and dicing around the defenders to get clean looks, and another 3 falling for her. That's a good early, strong start that she needed, especially for her confidence in the tournament.
15-2 run over the last 5 minutes, and Page has the last 10 points for Penn State. Whittinger. Got a little creative.
You have long limbs, you can get a nice reverse opportunity in there, but that one just a little off.
Rebound to Jalen Williams coming off the bench today. She's gotten 19 starts this year. Page, no. Williams, no. And Williams will get the over the back.
So those are the plays when you go watch film. You fight so hard to get the offensive rebound, but you don't use the glass on the putback. Those are killers. You know, when it comes down to 1 or 2 possessions at the end, you look back at things that happened in the second quarter like that. They would have given you a better chance to have a cushion at the end of the game.
And off the fingertips, a turnover. Courtney Jones right through her hands. Jones had been starting since the Michigan State game on January 20th. She had started 9 straight, now coming off the bench for Illinois.
Straight up coverage here, man-to-man by Illinois. Carter looks a little confused on the action they're looking for in this offensive set.
One dribble pull-up. Page has got the repertoire today.
She's showing it all She's ready to compete. She knows this zone is paying dividends for her team, forcing Illinois to settle for outside shots.
She's got 18. That's her average. She's got 18 here for the first half. Don't forget, she put up a 35-point performance last year in the Big Ten tournament against Minnesota.
She's got 18 points in 18 minutes. She is a thoroughbred right now in terms of her production.
Page again. And Kirkpatrick was all over it, but the contact was drawn.
Kirkpatrick was saying she's jumping into me, but as a defender, you got to give her space. So that can't be the case. And right here, Teniya Page with the one dribble, escape dribble, and the mid-range jumper. Yeah, your hand has to be completely straight up. You see Kirkpatrick, she broke the plane. The principle of verticality, that was not there.
That was like me going for your bag of popcorn, reaching over. Page can't convert on the second. My favorite Coquise Washington Teniya Page recruiting story. Coquise Washington called up Teniya Page's parents and asked for permission. Can I recruit your daughter?
Oh, see? That's a ton of respect. That's a ton of respect. I like that.
It worked.
Yeah, clearly.
She got her.
That's what you do when you get married. You ask permission from the parents. Right?
It is a little bit of a marriage.
It is.
And you play for 4 years for a coach.
That's right.
Nine-point differential. We've had 6 lead changes here in this first half. Penn State looking to pull away a little bit on a 15-0 run the last 6 minutes.
And that's been pretty much since they changed to that 2-3 zone.
And don't forget, Illinois led 24-23.
They're going to stick with that. It's been tough for Whittinger to get touches. Pulled her out here trying to get a rip screen action to close the half.
Shot clock still in play. Beasley to Cadenhead. A 3 attempt for Illinois. Olashinka before the buzzer. And that, she's got 19. You know, in conference tournament games, in 3 games that she's played in her career, she's averaging just under 24. There's something about the postseason that she loves.
It's the competitiveness of the moment. And the best players step up in moments like that.
Whittinger misses her first attempt. And a tie-up. We'll check in with Vera Jones, who had a conversation with Nancy Fay.
Coach Nancy Fay, well, she's got some things she's thinking about. First of all, Teniya, I asked her about how do you defend. She said, well, it would help they just get a hand up. They have to enforce better closeouts on Teniya Page. Obviously keep her from shooting on the perimeter. And then for generating offense, what they're going to be looking to do is just really pick up the tempo. They said that the zone is indeed causing them some problems because they're big and they're long, and so they're going to have to push and see if they can get some stuff in transition.
And I don't think that's exactly what Nancy Fay had in mind when she was talking to Vera on that last possession.
No, I think she wanted her players to call the screens and make sure that they have it covered.
Oh, you got it! Christy Winter-Scott, palm it!
Hey. Thank you.
She still got it, ladies and gentlemen.
I have to reach. I have these long limbs. I may as well continue to put them to good use.
In the hands! There's no problem for you.
My shoulder feels funny. It's fine. I'll ice it later. Penn State trying to keep the ball in the hands of Teniya Page. She's going to set it up right here against Illinois, who's running some kind of zone defense. I think it's a box and one on Page.
Javasio Green short. Here's Illinois on the push. Pull up at the free throw line. Beasley gets it.
Smart play there by Brandy Beasley, pulling up in transition instead of taking it all the way to the cup. Well, there was some traffic in there.
Carter drawing the foul back the other way. Beasley now with 10. Whitaker's got 12 double-figure scores for Illinois. The foul to Brandy Beasley. Carter named second team all-conference, the first of her career.
I just love the energy that she brings to the team, especially on the defensive end. We know that she can score. We know that she can get by. She has great speed with the basketball in her hands, but I love the pressure she applies on defense. If she's in your area and you have the ball, if you don't protect it, that's going to be a wrap for you, and it's going the other way.
These 3 steals or more 15 times this year. Is certainly up for contention for Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year.
And definitely in the discussion. We were talking about who were the candidates for that role. Harris received that from Purdue, with her prowess as a shot blocker in the conference.
I'd love to see Harris go up against Alex Whittinger in a shot block competition.
Sure, just the timing, the lack of body contact. You're straight at it.
You're such a lover of the block shot. We make you the judge, of course.
I love a good block.
3 falls for Holoshinka.
She closed out the second half with one of those as well.
Page can't get it. And a foul on the floor on the box out from Tattenhead.
Holoshinka coming up once again with a skip pass 3, and that's tough. I mean, you have time as a defender to move your feet on the flight of a long pass, especially when you know the 3-point shooting prowess of Holoshinka.
Page just toying with the Illini defense now.
She's just breaking them down and staying patient. She's not forcing any action, and that's the beauty of her offensive game.
Wonder, so she injured herself in trying out for the U23 national team in the summer. That's when she broke her ankle. She felt like she really had a good chance even to make that team.
Oh, sure. And she loved the experience and the players who were there. You know, she really had to rise to the occasion in terms of her competitiveness. And just the experience of being with USA basketball as a whole, I think was something that she really cherished.
Oh, absolutely. Tomasio Green from the corner. She's 0 for 4. Astonis Jones. Page doesn't have the numbers. She don't care. Not when you're in the zone. It doesn't matter.
Man, that's a cold-blooded pull-up right there by Page. No rebounders in place, and she's just looking behind her. Nobody's coming. I'm firing.
25 for Teniya Page. Remove on that hook shot.
And no double team came for her that time either, and that's when she's free and easy with whatever she wants to do in the paint.
Right now it's Sierra Rice on Page. They give it back to her. Will she take the shot this time around? Yes, she will from the free throw line. Something's got to happen.
Liquid fire. Teniya Page is serious about getting her team to the next round, playing like that.
Playground, video game.
The cheat code on the video game right now for Page.
Whittinger. 16 for Alex Whittinger.
Penn State had done a good job of applying ball pressure, not allowing easy passes to get into Alex Whittinger, but the last couple of possessions, she's gotten clean touches.
Does Page get a touch again?
She should.
Soft touch for Boykin. Sometimes when someone has a hot hand, it gets a little contagious.
Confidence starts to rise. You see that ball dropping through, and should make you play harder defense so you can go down and do it again.
Teniya Page is in a little bit of a zone here this afternoon.
Look at her surveying, looking behind. Nobody's going to stop the ball, so I'm just going to rise up and stick it. And then this crossover, yank. Ooh, nobody's over there. You got to come get me on this left side. Oh, my goodness. It's just filthy, that crossover. Nice and tight.
You see her game numbers. She's 4 or 5 shooting this half. That's illegal.
A little hop up on the travel.
7th Illinois turnover.
Just something special. Teniya Page brings so much to the table for Penn State. I mean, she has 27 points right now and 10 of 17 shooting, and we're midway through the third quarter. I think we're on tap for maybe a 40-point performance by Page.
Do you think so?
Absolutely.
That would be a new career high. She had the 35 against Minnesota last March in the Big Ten tournament. Frazier kind of posting
a little zone look there by Illinois as well. 2-3.
We're going to take another timeout.
One out for a stretch of time. I think that's going to be a good fight. Tyra Buss and company ready to fight for their senior pride.
Yeah, Tyra Buss, we talk about scores.
Oh, yeah.
How about the senior guard scores in this league this year? We talk Tyra Buss, Kelsey Mitchell, Tyler Scaife. Who am I missing? Carly Wagner.
Yeah.
Caitlin Flaherty.
This has been really fun to watch. Those high-level guards who put the time in the gym. They didn't just land here and all of a sudden they're efficient.
They just land in college basketball and all of a sudden you got 2,000 points.
Right. Those are tireless summer work hours, the work ethic behind these young women and their just storied careers at their respected universities. It's just been so impressive to watch and so much fun to see them now in the postseason, to see all that come to fruition.
Flaherty, Buss, and Scaife you'll be able to watch tomorrow. Page!
Oh, she is just lighting it up. Coach Fay said, hey, we need a hand in the face, but she's had a couple of hands in her face, and it has not made a difference. She is just in a zone. She's locked in.
She's put up a 30 spot. 4 3-point makes.
That's a 3-piece. Looking for a 4-piece. The way she's been shooting it. 11 of 18 from the floor now for Page.
Here she is again. Tight close out that time.
It's a hard hedge by Illinois, so she had to give it up, but shot clock's going down. Get it to her.
Page from up top.
Had a good look.
And Beasley with a rainbow. That was a moon ball.
That was definitely a moon ball, and gave herself a little applause going back like, I've been working on that shot, getting some high arc on it. It was like a floater from beyond the free throw line.
Teniya, time! It's her time!
Top scorers in the Big Ten this year. And 4 of the 5 are in the top scoring players in the country.
Right.
Not just in the conference.
And saw Teniya Page with her second 30-point game. 32, 12 of 20 shooting. Beasley short. That is one thing that you can expect from the Big Ten. Really good scoring.
Absolutely.
Up and down scoring.
Absolutely. Up and down the floor and great pace. It's just been a really fun season, you know. It's been full of parity. Teams battling it out, close contests throughout the regular season.
Rice with the push-off got whistled for the foul on Page, and that kind of foul is called because you're guarding someone who's got 32 points. You don't even want him to even when she doesn't have the ball, she didn't want to go through the screen. Sure.
We're just right there, just face guard. With that freedom of movement, you can't displace a cutter, you can't chuck a cutter.
Out of 8 from the free throw line.
Just defensively now for Penn State. They're back to man-to-man. Let's see what they do differently against the man-to-man on Whittinger. Still single coverage.
Page came over late. McDaniel and Whittinger are both fighting for it. And they're going to say it's Illinois basketball.
Well, that's how the single coverage on Whittinger was different than it was early on. You see Teniya Page digging in, rotating hard from that weak side to help keep Whittinger out of rhythm on the catch.
Page coming over, almost had it. Almost had it.
Let's take a look right here. Here's Page recovering. It looked pretty clean. I don't know if she got a piece of the body. Maybe it was the follow-through. But
It's close to a new lead.
Could have been a jump ball. But it's that follow-through. Sometimes you try to be so emphatic with the block that you come through, and the follow-through on the block makes the contact rather than the actual block, and I think that's what occurred in that.
Cat and Head makes good on both of them. Christy Winter-Scott, Peter Jones, Lisa Byington with you. This is game 2 of day 1. You missed the first game, you missed quite a finish. Bounce pass down low to Williams.
That's the way to attack the zone on that weak side from the wing to that weak side post underneath. There has to be better awareness defensively for Illinois.
It's Williams' first bucket. A 13-point advantage, but we know because of game 1 that no leads are safe. Carter is a tie-up, jump ball. Penn State will keep it.
Take a look and watch this screening action here for Penn State. And it just offsets the timing enough defensively, not giving them enough time to react to that weak side pass for the post. So nice action and activity by Penn State.
But, you know, when they set that screen on Teniya Page, you have 2 Illini defenders coming out.
Right. But that's why it's excellent, because they know what she's going to draw on any kind of movement in their offensive set.
Again, that's what happens when you have a player in 34 points. Carter now has 8. A 15-point Penn State advantage. But remember, in game 1, it was a 17-point Northwestern advantage, and Wisconsin cut it to 2.
Yeah, that was an onslaught of offense by Wisconsin in the first game today.
Defense. Pressure. Out to the Wildcats down the stretch.
Yeah, that 2-2-1 press started turning Northwestern over, but Joe McEwen and his Wildcats withheld the pressure of that moment for the victory.
Second foul on Jalen Williams sends Whittinger to the line. Alex Whittinger, talked about at the beginning of this one, had a triple-double the last time these 2 teams met. There were 36 years in Illini program history between triple-doubles. But it was the first time that she had a points, rebounds, blocks, triple-double.
And that was the first time Penn State gave up a triple-double to anyone in the history of their program. So that was quite remarkable for sure for Whittinger.
Think about how hard that is to get double-digit blocks.
Yeah. That must have been fun, though. I bet she slept well that night. Like, just recounting all of the different ways she got those 11 blocks.
She probably hopped on BTN to go to watch all 11 blocks on replay.
Absolutely.
She's got 17 today. Make it 18. She's the second team all-conference honoree. going into today, 71 blocks. So 72 blocks, 7 off of the single season Illinois record. There's 1 block here today.
Penn State is just finding their crevices against Illinois' defense. They've been able to score in the paint.
That's the third on Teniya Frazier. Final few seconds here of the third quarter. Brandy Beasley to the line. Sabrina Ionescu, Morgan. You like her?
Love her. Love her. She is just solid, and she's just so competitive. On the stretch last year in the NCAA tournament, she was just so much fun to watch.
Her and Beasley are the only 2 active sophomores with 750 points, 250 rebounds, 700 assists. Beasley's in good company.
Yeah, that's nice work. When you're mentioned in the same sentence as an Ionescu.
The 2 attempt, second opportunity. Williams got fouled.
And once Williams learns how to tighten up her turn to the basket and square up, she'll score probably 10 more points a game. She gets great rebounds. She has super activity on the glass, but when she puts it back up, she's not in control of her body.
She's come off the bench the last 5 games, including today. She had started against Iowa, Michigan State, again for matchup situations. But she is averaging really, she's got career highs in almost every major category this year.
The improvement will continue to occur. You know, you have to keep plugging away, and seeing how you can improve also helps that cause.
Short for Beasley. The final few seconds here in the fourth quarter. McDaniel will dribble it out.
Well, wise, you look at the 28 shots that were taken by the team, and 20 have been taken by Teniya Page alone. So she's doing double the amount as an individual player that the entire team has done. It's trapped in the short corner area by Penn State in their 2-3 zone. They've gone back to it.
6 now on the shot clock. To Beasley. She's cooled off. Shot to more of her percentages here after the first couple of threes that she made. Page to Carter in the corner. Natalie for it. Carter comes up with it. Out to Travasio Green.
Whittinger, I think, smacked the ball away from her own teammate on that one inadvertently.
Lisa Smith, high off the glass.
I'm not sure how Smith got that. And that's the same thing. You know, you want to have body control. You want to have your body squared to the basket. That was a tough one to drop.
She's about doubled her average, her season average.
What Illinois can't do right now is settle for outside shots. They did a good job when they were more patient, more deliberate, got ball reversals as Penn State misses that. Travasio Green off the mark.
Teniya Page, 34 points, 1 off of tying her career high. Hard foul.
Nice post up inside initially by Smith. This is what you want to do. See that deep seal? Use your feet. She kept Whittinger behind her. And here's that entry pass on the previous play. A little baby hook off the glass. That one to go.
Makes the first free throw. Alicia Smith, Michigan native. Teniya Frazier, also a Michigan native. There are 3 Michigan players on this Penn State roster. Smith and Frazier played on the same AAU team. Let's not forget Coquise Washington, a Flint, Michigan native.
Yes.
She's got some ties in the state. Nice turnaround for Travasio Green.
I just love the soft touch. Jada Travasio Green, and you know, her outside shot, we know that she has worked on that, had a great season last year. And she added that to her game.
Here's Teniya Page, sitting on the 34. She's done it in all kinds of ways. 4 3-point makes. She's done it in transition. She's done it in the lane. Here's Page for 3. Teniya Page going for a new career high. And now 4 of 8 shooting.
Still plenty of time to get that for her, but for her team to continue to funnel the offense through her, they're going to need to work on that. Illinois gets another in the back.
21 now for Whittinger. She's having herself a nice game, too. Getting a little bit overshadowed by 11. Center stage on that block.
Cleaning it up inside. Whittinger with a monster block, all ball.
That's her second of the night. Remember, she's 7 off of entering today's game. From breaking the single season block record, she gets hit hard. And they call an offensive foul on Whittinger.
Well, this is how you block a shot. Rotate over and help your teammates. Ooh, just clean it up. Just take it out of there. All ball right here. The swat and the block. Just a nice timed block there. And then behind the back pass by Beasley. You got to pay that off. If you receive a pass like that, you better drop it in the bucket.
But that's tough. That's not a layup.
Well, that's pressure. You know, after the game, like, and I sent you that nice pass. That's going to be a discussion.
And you made it.
Right.
McDaniel to Page. Now 9 to shoot. Page with 34. Pull up, no.
Just a little off balance there. She was leaning a bit to her left.
It has been that kind of night for Page. The only thing that can stop her is if she's not 100%.
She seems like she's okay, and I think, you know, defensively, I think she's a little disappointed that, you know, she couldn't get to where she wanted to be. And I think, you know, some of that injury comes into place. You know, you can't push off. It's that right ankle, and that's what you need to push off with that right foot to cover that area to contain.
Yeah, she doesn't have one bad wheel. She's got a couple bad wheels that she's playing on.
Bad wheels, a little bit of a flat tire.
Doesn't matter.
Still has 34.
She's found the pit stop to Waco's body bucket and 1 for Jalen Williams.
She gets squared up and gets position in there. She's dangerous. She settles for taking the shot without having the body balance. That's when she falls off in terms of her effectiveness inside.
Seem to like her upside.
I do. I like how she gets position in there. I like her length on the block.
Andrews. And Penn State wants to push a little bit. Here's the pace for the Lady Lions behind the back. I'm telling you. Tonight was just toying.
I thought she was going to rise up.
Backdoor look. What a catch. Travasio Green will go to the free throw line.
It was nice patience and push at the same time. You want to push tempo. If you don't have anything, bring it back out and reset your offense. Nice entry pass inside. Travasio Green gets bodied a little bit, pulled by the arm.
66 points now for Penn State.
Illinois is going to make a push. They have to do it right now, and they cannot settle for jump shots to do it. They need to be methodical, get ball reversals, and get entry passes to Whittinger.
Beasley fadeaway.
Or get a floater at the high post by Beasley.
18 now for Beasley.
But you got to break that defense down. You can't just come down, make one pass, and shoot it. Make the defense work. That's when you find the open areas after you make them shift 1 or 2 times on reversals.
Hands off to Page. He gives it up. Page getting pushed around. Here she is on the baseline. 6 now to shoot. Page going to work. Step back move. Teniya Page. Takeover structure and a new career high. My goodness. 36 for Page.
And a filthy manner on that one. Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
It's playground ball now.
Nasty. Her just a degree of cold-bloodedness.
Does she have more in her? You bet. Yes, she does. Make it 38.
String music for Teniya Page. 38 points in a filthy manner and 4 of 8 from 3.
Filthy with a capital F. Points are a career high. Those buckets, the 14, that's a career high. How much more does she have in her? Williams stepping on the rim. She walked with it.
And Teniya Page has had a hand in her face. She's had multiple defenders. She's gotten by the second level of defense. She's knocked in tough shots. It's not like she's getting wide open looks. They know who she is. They know what she can do, and she's still doing it.
We have to see her again, right?
I would think. I mean, you know, you have to be careful. She may come back, but you have to be careful. You don't want to tweak anything or jam a finger, you know.
And I know Coach Washington probably does not. She's not the coach that cares about the record.
No.
And she doesn't even know about the record. Why should go over and tell her about the record?
Here, I'll be right back. No, I think they'll preserve Teniya Page and let her handle that.
Yeah, they have a very comfortable lead, right?
Exactly.
Carter going coast to coast.
You just have to be smart because Carter gets that one to go, and Carter may be the next one to come out for the duration. You just have to be smart with your key cogs offensively.
20-point lead here for Penn State.
Beasley with that 3-point shot now. She has 21 points, so I mean she's been fighting really hard for Illinois all afternoon as well.
Coach Washington coaching down to the final minute and final second. And on the other side, Nancy Fay in her first season as the Illinois head coach, a 9-21 overall record. Lots of learning lessons, but the unique story with her and all kinds of success at the D3 level. Only a couple major D1 coaches. Sherry Cole was one who took sort of an unconventional route to Division I. Sherry Cole, of course, you know, she coached high school and then went to Oklahoma, right, directly. Scott Ruick, coach at the D3 level, and then went to Oregon State, and she actually reached out to Ruick, one of the first phone calls when she got the job at Illinois, just to ask him about how he took over, what he handled. But he was 40 when he did that. She's 59. I mean, this is an unusual career move, and obviously a lot of success that the people in Champaign are hoping translates over to their school.
Well, I remember her press conference when she first got the job, and she said it was just something that she couldn't pass up, even though she had the foundation and the program at the D3 level. As Penn State gets a bucket, she said that it was something that she couldn't say no to. She wanted the challenge of it. And sometimes you need a refresher. Sometimes you need a new challenge. And once you're in coaching, it doesn't really matter what level, as long as you're still involved. I remember Lynn Dunn said that to me one time, who was the coach here for the Indiana Fever for a long time, and of course at Purdue as well.
Well, she had worked with Josh Whitman, who now, of course, is the athletic director at Illinois. She worked with him a little bit at WashU. But you got to be a good X's and O's coach, especially at an academic institution like WashU is in St. Louis. She's a part of 4 Halls of Fame, 4 of them, including the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame.
It's just outstanding. And, you know, it takes more than just your first year. And she's gotten her feet wet in the Big Ten Conference. She has scouts on teams. She's seen her team. Now she has film on her team. She can work with who she wants to bring in philosophy-wise on the recruiting landscape. So it's just the beginning for her, and I think it's going to be a really bright road ahead for the Illini because of it.
And she's got good building pieces, too. Whittinger will come back for her senior year. Beasley's just a sophomore. Right? Those are two good building blocks to work on.
Yeah, 42 points combined for those two players this afternoon.
The winner of this one, Penn State, will take on a Michigan Wolverine team tomorrow. It's a Michigan Wolverine team that beat them by 20. Absolutely abused that 2-3 zone. Caitlin Flaherty had a career-high 10 threes and 33 points in that game. You think that they're going to kind of peg her?
Oh, they're definitely going to peg her. That's probably a box of one waiting to happen. But Caitlin Flaherty, I mean, wow, another player who prides herself on her work ethic. She stays in the gym. They get back from trips, and she goes in the gym late night to get shots up and in. She has it bad in terms of just seeing that ball go through the net.
I have an idea. Let's just put Caitlin Flaherty and Teniya Page out on the court and have them play one-on-one.
40 minutes. Last woman standing.
Oh, brutal. I wasn't going to take them through all 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It's the postseason.
Yeah, I was going to say like first to 11 or first to 21.
No, you got to get them, let them go the long haul. Challenge their stamina.
Well, it's kind of fun. We've seen the Michigan coaching staff here. We've seen some of the other teams now arriving. I mean, this is what the tournament flavor and atmosphere is all about, right? And we get all 14 teams in one spot, going for one championship.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, you want to get your eyes on teams, and I think as much as you watch film, there's nothing like being in the gym, seeing what's happening, but also hearing what's happening as well. Play calls, wrinkles on plays that you thought were called. And I just think it's really important to be in the building to see your opponent play.
Coquise Washington didn't get your message about the tournament record.
That's all right. She has a couple more games, hopefully, in the back pocket to get those here in Indy.
And Teniya Page, back-to-back tournament performances. Last year, a career-high 35, and she just matched that, bettered that this year with 38.
She's right on the cusp of getting that 40 points, and I just, you know, she played 34 minutes, Lisa, and had 38 points. I mean, that is just machine-like, and for her, I love the poise and composure that she played with. Nothing was forced in her repertoire today. All of the things that she did today for her team were within her skill set.
And she saw a little bit of everything. I mean, we saw Illinois even trying to deny the handoff to her. She's got that quick, shifty crossover.
And it's
she's got different versions of the crossover.
Yeah, it was like between the legs, and it came back behind her, and then she pulled up and shot it. That was my favorite of the day. I mean, that was, and it just looked easy. Like she was just out walking the dog on a Sunday and did it like boom, boom, and then shot it. It was pretty stuff.
Some new players in for Penn State. Some walk-ons. And some new players in on the Illinois side, too. That one rimming out. Almost fell down for Kisner. Attempt for Breed, and she hits it. Oh, the bench loves it.
It's always fun to get everyone involved. The players who've been cheering you on all game get a clap as well.
83-57 is your final.